feeling like we's different. You ain't the hustling type, we's different.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose's back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. Word is bond, love is love. Like, comment, subscribe, and do all of the above. And if you ain't doing anything today, follow my Instagram. RugerRose23 is the place to be. All right. So, next weekend is WrestleMania. We're back on the 2-night WrestleMania. This might just start being the thing, because it's been a thing for the last 2 years, so it might just be a thing now, so it's cool. How we got here. How we got here was definitely better than last year on how we got here. Because last year, I feel like, was a complete clusterfuck, and I talked about it in like 2 separate videos, but they were more for the pay-per-views than for WrestleMania. But it was still the road to WrestleMania, so it was still something to talk about. But regardless, how we got here, definitely better than last year, I can tell you that. You know, people are still complaining about it. It is what it is, you know. Oh, this year's WrestleMania just feels piss poor. It's this, it's that. Like, it just seems like, it's like no matter what WWE does, it's just like, it's just never good enough. And I understand. I get where they're coming from. You know, I get that, you know, how WWE is these days. It's like, you know, they just seem to do wrong every night or every time. And I get it. I get it. Trust me, I've been watching this product since 1999. I've seen it's high and I've seen it's low, so I get it. I understand it. But I mean, I can't say that they're trying. I don't know. At least they're doing something, you know. Like, it may not be the greatest WrestleMania, but I mean, damn, it's something. You know what I'm saying? And I'll get into the matches in depth this week, because, you know, again, I'll make my predictions before Saturday. But still, it's like, what more do you want? I mean, if you really think about it, is it just like they make it seem like it's just like last year? Last year was horrendous. Last year was bad. Because last year, actually, maybe 2 was it? You know what? 2020 wasn't even that bad. Actually, 2020 gets a pass because of the pandemic, so it actually gets a pass. But 2021 last year, yeah, that was a shit show. that was a shit show. Regardless, I ain't gonna lie, because we talking about, we had Elimination Chamber, and what came out of that wasn't good. And then we had a pay-per-view 2 weeks before WrestleMania, which was bad. Like, that was bad. They should have not added Fastlane last year. They should have just pushed that shit out the way and called it a day. Instead, that did nothing to the pay-per-view. That did nothing to WrestleMania. Kind of did for maybe like 2 or 3 matches, but other than that, it didn't really do anything else. This year is a little bit different. I mean, let's see what we got. Let's see. We got Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, title unification champion versus champion. So, in hindsight, that's like, okay. This says pretty much, well, this was one thing that they want. Some on my nail. This was one thing that was rumored, and then there was another thing that was rumored. So there was like two different ways that they could have went. Maybe 2 or 3 different ways they could have went. So plans were in motion for people that thought were in motion was Drew McIntyre winning the Royal Rumble again, and then going on to WrestleMania to face Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship, and then Drew McIntyre beating Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. That was one scenario. Another scenario was people were thinking, well, we're thinking WWE wanted Brock and Roman at Mania. So I'm like, okay, so if we want Brock and Roman at Mania, then, you know, add Drew McIntyre, make it a triple threat, and then let Drew beat Brock and Roman, and boom, it's just like straight like that. Roman don't even have to lose. Roman don't even have to get pinned. So that actually helps Roman. That saves him in a sense. And then, of course, it was like, well, Roman and Brock, why not? And then boom. That's what they decided, Roman and Brock. Now, title for title wasn't really a thing until Brock won the WWE Championship at day one. A decision that was made the day of. the day of. But it's understandable. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. So they were pushing title for title. They were pushing champion for champion. They were pushing for the title unification. Right then and there, it was like, okay, the plans are in motion because people were clamoring about it. People would say, "Oh, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen." So boom. Now that they were clamoring, now they said, "All right, let's push it." So boom. You'll know my thoughts about it. Let's see what else. Edge versus AJ Styles. That's probably the one match I'm looking forward to out of any match. Edge versus AJ Styles, because I know for a sheer fact that match is going to be a banger. That's going to be the best match of WrestleMania. That's going to be the best match of the night. I already know it. You can't tell me nothing else. Sorry. You can't tell me nothing else. You can't sway my decision. Can't sway it, because there's no way there's going to be a better match. There's going to be a match better than that match. No way. No way, no how, bro. I don't care. Edge versus AJ Styles, that's my match. But other than that, other than that, I mean, there's a couple things else, but other than that, it's just a couple things going on. So Bobby Lashley, the almighty Bobby Lashley, that's supposed to return on Raw tonight. So that's the thing. Maybe he'll be at WrestleMania. Be a last minute thing, but I guess we'll see. He's supposed to be here, but I guess we'll see. The rumors of Cody Rhodes supposed to be appearing at WrestleMania has been a thing for the last month. So, only in due time, we'll see if that happens. Will we get him tonight? I don't know. I'd rather see him at WrestleMania. I think it'll make it easier. I think it'll make it very much easier if he's there at WrestleMania. Much less on a Raw. Nah. Let's see. Stone Cold Steve Austin will be at WrestleMania this year. That actually will be the main event to night one, which is interesting. A segment is going to be the main event of WrestleMania. It's pretty interesting. I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin, he'll probably blow the roof off the joint. So, it's Austin. You know what I'm saying? We love Austin over here. You know what I'm saying? But that's so interesting. A segment to end WrestleMania. That's intriguing. We'll see how that goes. But, as long as they had a match, I'm cool with that. Let's see. Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. That match. It's gonna be a cool match, but I'd rather Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch, honestly, because it just makes more sense, and there's a story there already. With Charlotte and Ronda, I mean, the only story you had was, the last time those two had a one-on-one match, Charlotte beat the dog shit out of her after the fact, so it became a disqualification. And then after the fact, she beat the hell out of her. So I guess if that's a narrative but that wasn't the narrative that they painted. So it was just Rousey returned, won the Rumble, she wanted Charlotte Flair. Random, honestly, it was a random choice, but it is what it is. Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair. I feel like I've seen this match more than I should have. So I don't know. Is Bianca winning? Probably, maybe. Only time will tell. Let's see. We got Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. This has been going on pretty much since the Rumble. As weirdly booked as Sami Zayn is, I do find him entertaining. He is probably one of the best things in WWE right now. Is Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn just killing what he's doing. So honestly, I'm cool with that. Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. I am rooting for Austin Theory to be the future of WWE, because the boy's only 24. The boy got, what is he, 23, 24? He's young, bro. He is young. And they have Vince McMahon. I mean, you can't put him and Vince together and Austin Theory don't come out the end of that great. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he does. There was actually supposed to be Pat McAfee versus Vince McMahon, but thank God that wasn't, because that would have been a shit show, bro, for real. But we seen Pat McAfee in the ring. We seen him before. He impressed all of us. He impressed me when he faced Adam Cole. He impressed the hell out of me. So this might be a pretty cool match. I'm down. The tag team championships, all the tag team championships, the women's, the men, the women's, the Raws, and the SmackDown tag teams, all of them are just shit. No, I hate every match. I really hate every match. Like, again, I'll discuss all of them, but I just hate every single scenario. I promise you I do. Let's see. We got Logan Paul and The Miz versus the Mysterios. Now, The Miz has had his problems with the Mysterio, so that's understandable. Okay. But to add Logan Paul, which I don't understand, is weird. But I feel like this was supposed to be reserved for John Morrison in this sense. So if it was, then it's like, okay. So adding Logan Paul does what? I don't know. So it is what it is. That's pretty much everything, right? That's pretty much all the matches. Isn't it? Well, Seth Rollins is supposed to. Well, again, it's supposed to be rumored to be Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. I guess we'll see if something happens on Raw. Then it does. Seth is actually supposed to have a meeting with Vince McMahon. Was that supposed to be today? I think that was supposed to be today. At 9 in the morning. Happened. So I guess we'll hear about it tonight. So I got. It's a weird WrestleMania, but we'll see what happens. But again, I feel like the build was a little bit different because it was just Elimination Chamber. Then we had 6 weeks to plan this card. And pretty much we did. So I guess in that sense, hey, you know, it's definitely better than last year. Oh, no, we're not. Drew McIntyre, Happy Corbin. I forgot about that match. I mean, Drew McIntyre's going to win. I mean, if they let Happy Corbin win at WrestleMania, then hey. If he wins with the end of days, different story. I mean, listen, it is what it is. I can't. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah. Yeah. I just want to say this WrestleMania build is definitely better than last year's. I am looking forward to next week. Next weekend. I am looking forward to it. I mean, why not? You know, Cody Rhodes may be at WrestleMania. Stone Cold Steve Austin's going to be at WrestleMania. The Undertaker gets inducted on Friday. You know, Edge versus AJ Styles is the match I've been clamoring to see, and I cannot wait to see it. You know, hey, I actually want to see what happens with the main event too, because Roman needs to win. If Brock wins, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Woo, we gonna talk about that if it happens. But it is what it is, man. It's been Rose, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all love support. As always, you already know what it is. You will see me on Wednesday because I will be predicting Stand and Deliver for NXT. Thursday will be WrestleMania Night 1 prediction. And Friday will be WrestleMania Night 2 prediction. And, of course, I got my WWE 2K22 My Ride still going on. So we're going to keep going on with that. But it is what it is. So until next time, peace, love, 100. You heard?